Friends, welcome back at your own channel Maths Veda. Here we are to discuss the academics related to mathematics. Before starting with the academics, I was reading something and I came across with the thought. Let me share that thought with you. It was, do not look back and ask why. Okay? Do not look back and ask why. Instead of this, look ahead and ask why not. How does two lines affected me? Because when I was reading something, I came across with the thought and I just started thinking that is it related to the present situation? Yes, it is very much related to the present situation. How it is? Because whatever is happened, everybody is what blaming some particular country that because of that country only the coronavirus is what spread. Some people are telling that it is because of the people because they are being the silent carrier of this virus and they are not telling the people that they have got infected. Okay, some people are telling this, some people they are purposely they are spreading it, but I don't think so such kind of things are there because right now the things whatever had to happen is already happened, right? So we cannot look back and we cannot ask why, right? Now instead of this we will look ahead, what can be done. Now the vaccine scientists are searching, so they are doing their role. Our role is what? To apply mask, keep distance and sanitization. Now we can ask why we cannot do this thing. Why not we? Yes, we can do this all things. We can follow the guidelines and we can be the barrier of this virus. One more time, have a look on thought. Don't look back and ask why. Look ahead and ask why not.
Chapter number 5, Complex Numbers and Quadratic Equation. Chapter number 5 we are going to start, and this time I thought of doing something different. So this is what a try, where we are going to introduce the chapter that is complex numbers and the quadratic equation. So why there is a need of complex number? Already we have studied natural number, whole numbers, integer, then positive numbers, negative numbers, decimals, fractional numbers, rational number, irrational number, and then real number. But when we were dealing with these many numbers, we came across that there are some number whose square roots are not, we are not able to find out the square root of those numbers. Maybe like that square root of -5 or some irrational numbers. Then when we were dealing with the quadratic equations, when we were solving those quadratic equation, when we were finding out the solution of the quadratic equation, that time also whenever b square minus 4ac, that is what the discriminant, if it is equal to 0, then two equal real roots. If it is positive, then two different real roots. But if it is negative, that time we were not able to find out the solution of that quadratic equation. Now to overcome from that problem, the need of complex number arise. So let's go ahead with the definition of complex number. What is complex number? The introduction part. A number in the form of a plus ib, where a and b are real numbers, is defined to be a complex number, where I is equal to under root of -1. Suppose if I want to write down -5, that is root of -5. So how can I write 5 into -1? That is root of 5 into -1. So -1 will become I, and then it will be what? Root 5i. Example of complex numbers, that is 2 plus i3 or 4 minus 4i. Complex number is denoted by a letter Z. such as z is equal to a plus ib or z is equal to 4 minus 8i. For z is equal to a plus ib, that is a complex number, a is known as a real part of complex number and denoted by re, that is real, and then z means complex number, and b is known as an imaginary part of complex number, okay, and denoted by im, that is imaginary, and z is what, complex number. Now whenever we are comparing two or more complex number, then how we should do? The two complex number are said to be equal if their corresponding real part are equal and their corresponding imaginary parts are equal. It means that real part we have to compare with real part and imaginary part we have to compare with imaginary part. If both the numbers real parts are same and imaginary parts are same, then both the real numbers are said to be what? Equal complex number. What is next? Algebra of complex numbers. Now algebra means what? Algebra means just a basic operations. Okay, now as we know, how many basic operations are there? These are what? The four basic operations, that is plus means addition of complex numbers, subtraction of complex number, multiplication of complex number, and division of complex number. Here the point to be noted is real part should be added, subtracted, multiplied or divided by only the real part, and same with the imaginary part, means imaginary part is also what? May be added, divided, subtracted or multiplied by the imaginary part only. This is what the simple as we were doing before. After that, power of I. Now what is this I and how we can solve it our sum easily or quickly? It is very simple to understand. I is equal to root of minus 1. Whenever we want to express this complex number in the form of something, that is in the form of I, so wherever minus i's square root is there, or the square root of minus 1 can be denoted by I. Now if I will square it, squaring on both the side, what will happen? I will get I square is equal to minus 1 because root side will get cancelled. Now suppose if it is I cube can be written as I square into I. So I square is equal to minus 1 and minus 1 into I is what? Minus I. If I will go further, that is I raised to 4. Now what it will be? It will be I square into I square. I square is equal to minus 1 and then again I square is equal to minus 1. So minus 1 into minus 1 is what? Plus 1. So this is what the one of the easy trick which is given in your NCERT book. What can be done? In general, for any integer k, I is equal to 4k is equal to 1. Means whenever the power of I is multiple of 4. Now suppose if we are writing I raised to 8. So what it will be? I raised to 8. I raised to 8, since 8 is a multiple of 4, so it will be plus 1. Okay, so I raised to 4k. 4k, k's value is here what? 2. So I raised to 8 is equal to 1. But suppose if I raised to 9 is there, so how can we write 9? It is 4 into 2, 8 plus 1. So 4k plus 1, what it will become? It will again become I only. If it is I raised to 10, that is I raised to 4 into 2, that is 4k plus 2. Now since it is I raised to 4k plus 2, so it will be minus 1. And the next one is what? I raised to 4k plus 3, that is I raised to 11. Okay, 11 can be written as 4 into 2 plus 3. So it will be minus I. Let's go on. Try to keep it in mind. It will be easy or helping you out. After that, identities. Now before this also we have used the identities a plus b whole square, a minus b whole square, then a plus b whole cube, a minus b whole cube, or a square minus b square. Like that only we are going to use it in the complex number also. But here the complex number, since we are denoting by z, so it is what? Z1 minus Z2 square is equal to Z1 square minus 2Z1 into Z2 plus Z2 square. Then second one, Z1 plus Z2 bracket cube is equal to Z1 cube plus 3Z1 square into Z2 plus 3Z1 into Z2 square plus Z2 cube. The third one, Z1 minus Z2 bracket cube is equal to z1 cube minus 3z1 square z2 plus 3z1 plus 3z1 z2 square minus z2 cube. The fourth one, z1 square minus z2 square is equal to z plus 1 into z minus 2. The fourth one, z1 square minus z2 square is equal to, in one bracket z1 plus z2 multiplied by another bracket z1 minus z2. Hopefully the identities are what easy to understand. After this, what is next? After this, the modulus and the conjugate of the complex number. Now what is modulus? Modulus is what? Only the positive value of number. Now suppose if we are taking integer minus 25. So whenever we are going to take the modulus of minus 25, it will consider only the positive value. That is what? Only 25. Okay. Suppose if we are writing in a mod 8 minus 10. You know that the answer of 8 minus 10 is what? Minus 2. So what is mod of minus 2? Modulus of minus 2 is what? Plus 2. Means what? Only the positive value. And what is conjugate of the complex number? Conjugate means what? The number itself with its opposite sign. Okay. Now suppose there are what? Two numbers in a term way, that is a plus b. So conjugate of a plus b will be a minus b. Okay, so let's go through the definition. Let z is equal to a plus ib is a complex number. Then the modulus of z denoted by mod of z and is defined to be the non-negative real numbers. Okay, what it is? The non-negative real numbers. What it is? The non-negative real numbers. It means only positive real number is equal to root of a square plus b square. That is mod of z is equal to under root of a square plus b square, and the conjugate of z denoted as z bar is the complex number. Suppose the number is what? Z is equal to a plus ib, then z bar will be what? A minus ib. Okay, and the examples of modulus are mod of 3 plus I. Now I, imaginary part with I, there is what? 1. The coefficient of I is what here? 1. So what we'll do? Under root of 3 square plus 1 square, and that is equal to 9 plus 1, 10. So root 10. And the next example is what? 2 minus 5i. The mod of 2 minus 5i is equal to under root of 2 square plus minus 5 square. That means 4 plus 25 is equal to what? 29. Means whenever we are finding the modulus, that time the role of I is what? Null. Right. Now the next one is what? Conjugate. Conjugate example is what? If the number is 3 plus I. So if we will see the conjugate of it, so it will become just plus will become I. So 3 minus I. Or the next one is what? 2 minus 5i. So conjugate of 2 minus 5i is what? 2 plus 5i. Let's go ahead. Now after this, the exercise 5.1 will be there, which is totally depends on what? The complex number, identities, and the conjugate of the complex number, and multiplicative inverse of a complex number. Okay, so multiplicative inverse of the complex number. And 5.1 is what? Very easy exercise. Tomorrow we are going to solve that one. After that, the next part is what? Argand plane and the polar representation. But due to COVID-19, for this year CBSE has deleted this portion from the current year's syllabus. After that, again next year it will be there. So this year we are not going to study Argand plane and the polar representation. Then the exercise number 5.2 dependent on this Argand plane and the polar representation, but unfortunately due to the removal of the syllabus we are not going to do 5.2 also. So the next is quadratic equation. You are what? Very much aware of the quadratic equation, no doubt in that. So what is this? Ax square plus bx plus c is equal to what? 0 is what? The general form of the quadratic equation, where the a, b and c are what? real coefficients and the first number, that is a, should not be equal to 0. Then you remember that the three solution depended on what discriminant. The discriminant was of three form, that is b square minus 4ac is equal to 0, then two equal real roots, then b square plus 4ac is greater than 0, then two different real roots. And what about this, that is b square minus 4ac is less than 0, that time no real roots, and we were not able to solve these quadratic equation. But now with the help of complex number we are able to find out the roots of the quadratic equation where d, that is b square minus 4ac is less than 0, that is negative. So we were solving it as x is equal to minus b plus minus under root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a, that is quadratic formula. Now it will be like that, minus b plus minus, now it will be minus b plus minus under root of b square minus 4ac minus b square into I upon 2a. Okay, so whenever the minus number is there, we are writing it separately, minus 1, and that will be converted to I. Okay, and then according to fundamental theorem of algebra, how we can find out the number of roots for a quadratic equation? It depends on the power. That is what a polynomial equation of degree n has n roots. If the degree of polynomial equation is 5, so 5 roots it will have. If the degree of polynomial equation is 3, so 3 roots it will have. Okay, so let's go further. That is what after this exercise number 5.3, which is what depending on the quadratic equation, and we will be solving it. After 5.3 we are going to solve the miscellaneous exercise. Okay, from that also we'll remove the sums related to the polar representation of the complex number. Hopefully you have understood. But on the first page of your chapter, I want that this diagram you should draw. This is what the diagrammatic representation of the chapter number 5, which we are going to learn. That is what complex numbers and the quadratic equation. Now what contents are there in the topic, or what contents we are going to study? Okay, the complex number and quadratic equation, we are going to study the definition of complex number, then algebra of complex numbers, after that power of I, which is what very much important, then identities, after that the modulus of the complex number, then the conjugate of the complex number. Modulus is what? The minus sign will not be there, only the positive value we have to consider. Then the next one is what? Conjugate of the complex number. Conjugate means what? If it is a plus ib, so the conjugate of it is a minus ib. There the eigenplane and the polar representation, but due to COVID-19 this year we are not going to study eigenplane and the polar representation. And after that we will be dealing with the last unit of the chapter, that is quadratic equations. In that we will be solving those quadratic equations where we were not able to solve those in grade 10, that is where the discriminant is negative. So with the help of complex number this year we are going to solve those quadratic equation where the discriminant is what? Less than 0 or the negative. So this is all about the chapter number 5, that is complex numbers and quadratic equation. Hopefully you have enjoyed the experiment which I have done, and we'll meet in the next video with exercise number 5.1. So this page, this diagram I want on the first page, that is where you are going to start with the chapter number 5. Okay, hopefully you have enjoyed, definitely. So please comment in the video box, that is video comment box.
So this is the diagrammatic representation of the introduction part of chapter number 5, complex number. Hopefully you have understood the contents, what we are going to study. Again one more time I want to clear that polar representation is not there in this year. From next year again it will be there in the syllabus. Okay, so this is what the diagrammatic presentation. This diagrammatic presentation I want that you should be drawing in whenever you will start the topic. Okay, because this will act as the mind map of the chapter number 5. Okay, and mind map will help you that what exactly we are going to do in the topic. Okay, so once more, go through it properly, try to understand that what basic concepts are there and how to solve it, and what we are going to study in throughout the chapter. Okay, so as per the thought, say that don't look back and ask why, just go ahead and ask why not. What previously you have done, that is okay, but after this the systematic study will surely help you out. Okay, so this diagrammatic view will give you the content of the chapter number 5, and after that it will become somewhat easy to study. So today we'll take a pause here, and very soon we'll meet again at your own channel Maths Mela. Till that time, be happy, be safe. Thanks.